Was crack-lacking gamers? Oh, I am never saying that again. That was cringe. But yeah, what's up guys, welcome to a very serious NedMcPig video. That's right, there'll be no jokes about cum, no fart noises for the whole duration of this video. Okay, I lied. There'll be no fart noises for the duration of this video. Now today I wanted to address a common thread in my last videos that you may already be aware of. It contains a rollercoaster of emotions, a plethora of playground insults, and a lot of just dumb comments. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video then let me know, and I guess I'll be serious more often. Try to at least. I would also like to make clear that this video is not an attempt to demonize or harass the individual in question. I just want to talk about the things they said and make sure you guys know that, I don't support the things they are saying in the comments, and that if I catch any of you saying similar stuff, I will call my lawyer. Or my wife, same thing. And also, I do not hate the person this video is on. We had a bad experience, but I think we're past it now. We seem to be chill at the moment, so, we're all good now. So yeah, I have blanked out their names, so you can't go and, just be mean to them. We've both said some dumb stuff, as you'll see, but, it's all fine now, just free content for me. Now, the thread starts off with a generic hate message. Stop coping Techo Blade, cringe, your B, stop. Now, it took me a while to fully dissect this expertly crafted message and perform a full literary analysis, but I came to the very brave conclusion that this was just some child who saw I was playing Bedwars with a pigskin, an activity that I'm guessing their favourite YouTuber Techo Blade has previously participated in, and decided that I was coping, which I'm guessing is a very unique way of spelling copying. Now, I receive these sorts of messages all the time from my wife. You see, when I joined the glorious guild, the Council of Pigs, I was brutally forced to change my skin from a narwhal to a pig. I knew that I'd be labelled a Techo Blade clone, but I didn't care, because my wife's called me much worse. Now, usually I ignore comments that attack me for daring to suck on the teat of the blade, but for some dumb reason I decided to respond with a very mature message. Nice try. Next time try being over the age of 5 and I'll care. Notice that I didn't make a single spelling error. Just one of the many benefits of hitting puberty. Other perks include depression and porn. So yeah, my reply was, what's the word? Oh yes, cringe. And looking back at it, I probably should have just ignored the child, but by responding to the first message, I opened Pandora's box and initiated the 40 message thread in this video, which is around the same amount of total comments my videos get, which is always great. Let's take a dive, shall we? The protagonist of this tale then responds with, shut up dude, I'm 17, Technoblade Copa. And then they quickly backtrack with, I meant 15. Well, what the fuck, which one is it? Bro, we got Schrodinger over here being both 17 and 15 at the same time. He also introduced a completely new character to the plot, Technoblade. Now boys, I don't mean to brag, but I managed to cope both Technoblade and Techo Blade at the same time, and they say men can't multitask. Dumbasses. But yeah, me being the villain of the story, I was utterly appalled that he would stand up to me, an absolute unit with biceps almost larger than my wife's. Now if you thought my first response was childish and cringe, get ready for my next one where I whipped out, yeah sure, goo goo gaga bitch, is that your language? I am so sorry for my existence. But yeah, I was just trying to debunk his claim that he was anywhere over the age of 5. Corral Dude then hopped in with the S-port, letting the protagonist know that these 3 comments were just going to help me with the YouTube algorithm, which I can confirm they did. This video jumped from performing below average to performing above average as soon as his comment thread picked up, which is so funny. Now this revelation sent him mad. He conjured up all the willpower he could and responded to Corral Dude with a life-threatening blow. He went straight for the jugular and said, you're gay. Now we'll return to this quite frankly disgusting message in a short while, because in the time it took for me to acknowledge it and write a response, some side plot that no one cares about happened. I would have responded to it quicker, but I was watching Star Wars The Clone Wars. So the protagonist responds again to Corral Dude with, dude, I get more views than your family, L. Notice again another spelling error from a self-proclaimed 15-year-old. There is no way he's older than 5. Now if this is the case, and he does in fact get more views than Corral Dude's family, then this must be an alt account, because the channel he's commenting with is Baron. Now we could do some speculating as to whom it may be, but it's pretty obvious, isn't it guys? It is 100% Technoblade himself, who attempted to cover up his actions by referencing the channel Techoblade instead of his own. Oh, I'm on to you. Now for those of you who are brained that was a joke, I'm fully aware that Technoblade isn't slandering the NedMcPig YouTube channel. It's obviously a dream. Snowcake then chimes in with, I can't tell if you are actually this stupid, which is a very good point. I only know one 15-year-old who'd fully believe the things this guy is saying, and that's my brother. Okay, are you the mystery protagonist of this story?
Yes.
That prick, you meant to say no.
No.
We then have a debate between Corral Dude and Snowcake over the spelling of the original messenger, which unlike this comment thread ends happily ever after. I heard that Corral Dude and Snowcake got married after this reconciliation, they had 23 children, reenacted my favourite scene from Revenge of the Sith, and got locked up for 5 billion years. True love. Corral Dude then pieced out the conversation to watch the NASA live stream, and speaking of live streams, I stream Bedwars every Saturday at 7:30 GMT. Just saying. Thanks for the setup there, Corral Dude. I wish you the best of luck with prison life. And as soon as Corral Dude left to watch some Space Jam, I returned from the Clone Wars, which is a fantastic TV show, to basically lose my mind over the game message from a few chapters ago. Now, I will warn you, I get very serious in this message, and you'll definitely feel some can I speak to a manager vibes, but I just really hate when people use gay with intentions of harm. I mean, I don't care if you refer to your friend as a homosexual because he won't stop grabbing your crotch. That's between you and your friend. I felt especially irked given this insult was directed at Corral Dude, a member of this community. I mean, you can direct insults at me all you want. I'll just turn it into a 10-minute video. But the benefit of having such a small community here on YouTube is that we're all bound tight, and I won't so idly by as you attack one of us. So I responded with, Oh god. I don't care if you don't like me and my content, but that does not give you an excuse to throw out gays and insult. Now the next section of my reply, I will admit, is probably crossing a line and could get passed as virtual harassment. I really should be more careful with what I say, and I'm just sorry. But I finished it with, you disgusting, homophobic excuse of a child, educate yourself and never be such a vile person again. Now yes, you could say that this is an overreaction, but I was just so full of anger, and I was just so disgusted by his lack of care that I really wanted to lay into him. However, I should have realised that despite his claims they were 15, they probably are just a small child. And not only would such a loaded reply probably make them cry, they probably didn't understand half of it. So yeah, now at this point I feel like they probably have whoa. So yeah, now at this point I feel like they have the high ground. I've just lost my shit and given in to hate instead of attempting to educate them, which is always the correct path to take. I've watched enough Star Wars to know the path that anger can take you. Murdering kids. But the next reply tipped the scales, and all of a sudden my sudden outburst just doesn't seem as bad. They said, you are very mature. What the f? Thanks, my brother was gay, I was kidding, but just please stop coping Techoblade. I cannot begin to explain how furious I was when I saw this message. Ignoring him calling me Marcelo Mater, he whipped out the inner reverse card and said, my brother was gay, I was kidding. What? Also, he politely requested that I stop coping Techoblade, which I thought was a plot point we dropped, but nope, he brought it back. Snowcake then replies with, what the f does that mean? And I'm not sure if he was questioning the reasoning of my brother is gay, or just genuinely couldn't understand the shit coming out their mouth. I chimed in again with a less aggressive response of attempting to inform them that your brother being gay isn't a defense, which would be fine on its own, but I devalued my point by lashing out with, your insolent and narrow-minded view on the world disgusts me, which I think is a fair point, but I should have kept it in my pants. The protagonist once again backpedals with, I told you I jockey gun. In my opinion, this entire comment thread is a joke, and reading back over it is just making me angry again. I then said, yeah, no, it was a joke. That doesn't immunize you from criticism, you jackass. Which it really doesn't. You see, throwing a flashbang into a room of epileptic pensioners and then claiming it's a joke for science doesn't make you brave. It makes you a psychopath. Now here's where the tides of war change. They pull out their final form and say, I'm dyslexic, stop using big words. Which after translated becomes, I'm 5 years old, why aren't you playing Fortnite? Kryled then returns from the livestream to simply inquire as to how I'm copying Technoblade. Now ignoring the fact they've asked about the complete wrong person, it's Techoblade. They ask a genuine question. Now the comment thread now takes more of a peaceful path, but don't get too settled in. Shit hits the fan very quickly. They reply with, he talk like, act like him, and he has a pig skin like Technoblade. Now I've already covered the whole pig skin argument. You know, blah blah, abducted by a cult, blah blah. But do I talk like Technoblade? I don't think I do. I mean, I don't see Technoblade making cum jokes. Kryldude then rightfully challenges the statement by explaining that, you know, Techno didn't invent pigskins. Wait, let me check that. Ah, okay, he wins this round. Also, some people just have that same kind of humour. Now, the last part of this message doesn't really hold much weight in this argument, given that it implies I have humour, which is a lie. So unfortunately, this is the first point in the argument where I actually have to agree with the protagonist. Now, it doesn't seem like everyone was in agreement that this was the first win for the protagonist, especially themselves as they reply with, bro, stop being gay, it's cringe. Now, don't worry, I don't go batshit crazy over this message like I did the last one. I looked over it while watching Clone Wars side, and decided I'd make this video. Now just a quick PSA, gay cannot be used as an insult, especially if he then suggests that being gay is cringe. It is incredibly disrespectful and dehumanizes an entire group of people. I just want to make it clear that it's not okay, and if you use it in the comments, I will call my lawyer / wife on you. She's a black belt, watch out. After being defeated by the logic that verifies that I am indeed coping Technoblade, I responded with, I speak English, therefore I'm copying Technoblade, this is so sad. The only way I can recover from this would be to learn an entirely new language. Guess I'll relearn French. L'enfant a dit que mon accent était aussi un problème. Mech, I've given up learning French. I don't want to surrender in every confrontation. But yeah, apparently this child was certain that I had the exact same accent as Technoblade. Now, I'm also pretty trash at recognizing accents, but I don't know how on earth you could determine that we had the exact same, or even just similar accents. I live over here in England. I drink more tea per day than water. And then Technoblade comes from the United States. I am aware that the majority of my audience is from the States, so I'd like to apologize for depicting your country in flames. I just thought it was funny. But yeah, also, if I have the exact same accent as someone else, does that mean I'm copying them and that I need to stop? Because this child thinks it does. Kryldude then jumps back onto the gay jab that was made a while ago, indicating this war is now being fought on two fronts, with Kryldude standing up for the gay community, while I stand up for my tea-drinking comrades. And yeah, Kryldude brings up some valid points that actually got through to them. The person finally cracked under the pressure and issued an apology. I'm sorry, I'm very sorry, this is my sincere apology. Sounds like the start of a rap. I meant no harm to you and Ned, I'm just really sad right now. I will educate myself and be back. Love you, NedMcPig, keep up your good content. Now, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and assume that they do mean what they're saying, and that they are apologizing for their actions and being truthful, ignoring the lie at the end where it's just to make good content. That part's a lie. But yeah, it is only fair that I do also apologize for the things that I said during the discussion. I definitely did cross the lines with some of the things I said to them, and gathering that they are probably 5 not 15, I really should have been more mature about how I conducted myself. You know, the next time someone attacks me or my wife, I promise not to call them vile and disgusting, and will instead stick with comments like, goo goo gaga bitch, is that your language?